What's up, everybody? Welcome back to USL Connect, where we talk about everything USL from team histories, matches, and players to watch or transfer news. And today we're going to be talking about the Rhode Island FC team up in
Pawtucket.
it's Pawtucket. Pawtucket. I need to go over that. Pawtucket. Pawtucket. I'm sorry for you guys out there in Pawtucket. Beautiful place. I did my research on it, and I definitely need to make my way up there. It's in Rhode Island. 75,000 people in it. Very colonial looking infrastructure, and the new stadium that they're building and they're about to finish here in a month or so. It's amazing. But anyways, like I said, this is all USL team histories, highlights, and players to watch. We're gonna watch the recent game between Rhode Island and the Oakland Roots. I was actually rooting for the Roots because there's a player on there, Jurgen Damm. He used to play for Mexico, played for Tigres and Liga MX. I was really looking forward to seeing what kind of gameplay he brought to the USL. I wasn't impressed. I'm sorry, guy, but he didn't really do much. I was very impressed with Rhode Island. Didn't know much about him. Um, second year in the league, and they were runner-ups last year. So, very excited. Some really very cool highlights that we have coming up, and some really good players on that team. And then at the end, I'm gonna have a recap of who I think is the best prospect in the USL that can probably make the jump to MLS in a year or so. And honestly, I would like to see him at the national level with the men's national team. Kind of reminds me of like a bigger version of Donovan, just gritty, real gritty. But stay tuned, stay till the end, and let's do this. All right, so Rhode Island FC, it is in
Pawtucket.
up in Rhode Island. It's a small town. Well, I wouldn't even call it. It's a small town. 75,000 population. First year was 2024. Made it fifth place in the Eastern Conference, so they made it to the playoffs, and they were the runner up. So they made it all the way to the finals in USL Championship, which is pretty impressive. It's the only expansion team to ever do that, and they've got some pretty good momentum this year. Again, I didn't know much about them until recently. They're about to finish a stadium, Tidewater Landing Stadium, up to 11,000 seats, between 10,500 and 11,000. I mean, the stadium looks pretty cool. I mean, just waterfront. Again, I like the old school colonial infrastructure, the houses. It looks like a pretty knit community, so everybody's behind this team. Um, from the looks of it, they sell out pretty good. They currently playing at Bryant University in Smithfield, Rhode Island. So two of the players that I really like on this team is Albert Adikwa and JJ Williams, which we're about to see them here in a little bit. But JJ Williams is pretty cool. Didn't grow up playing football or soccer. YMCA, he would go up there, and one day, soccer coach was like, "Here, you're gonna play soccer." He started playing soccer. Made it all the way to Kentucky, I believe. Yeah, I was right. Like I said, he played at University of Kentucky. Played with Birmingham Legion for a little bit back in 2019, and then went on to play at MLS with Atlanta United FC, Columbus Crew, just playing a little bit, and Tampa Bay Rowdies in 2023. Which Tampa Bay Rowdies is historically they're good. They're a very sound soccer team. Great fans. So he's got pedigree. I did not know this. He is 6'4". Wow. Dude is built like a linebacker. But he's got speed, agility. Just dude's a hoss. I didn't know he was 6'4". He looked a good 6 feet beefy dude, but wow. Yeah. Anyways, again, I was rooting for the Roots, which I'll cover later. Oakland team. But it was a pleasant surprise. They won 3-0, and we're about to see some of the highlights here in a little bit. I really like these small USL towns, I guess you can call them, where the whole town is in the mix. So, game day, everybody goes to the game, kind of shuts down. Kind of what you would see like in college towns like Alabama. Obviously not 75,000 or 100,000 seaters, but I mean, if you're able to sell out 10,000 seats for a soccer game, it's pretty phenomenal. But anyways, that's the kind of vibe that town and that team kind of gives me. So I definitely want to make it out there. If you're from that area, go check them out. I believe they're starting the new stadium opens in May. So the first home opener is in May. It's in May. I'll put the date right there. But anyways, definitely gonna have to check it out. So with that being said, let's go check out the highlights and let's do this. Rhode Island played better. Mainly because I mean I feel like they just had better players and they were able to keep a really good shape. They pressed really well. For those that don't know soccer, pressing is when the player has the ball and you're just coming at them and you're just applying pressure, pressure, and you're trying to make you might not get the ball back, but you're putting pressure at them. You're making the player know that hey, I'm here and I'm gonna pester you until you make a mistake. Look at the shape of Rhode Island, which is yellow. Not the best right there, but as you can see, the roots, they're just all over the place. And this is what I mean. Look at that pressure. Oh, beautiful. Golazo. Beautiful, beautiful. So that was just great pressing, great communication, defending, taking away the options for the center back or the right back to pass it to somebody else right there. He just lost the ball right there. Beautiful pass, beautiful run. Let's watch it again. And again, it's kind of like in football, defense wins you championships. Look at the way that they're pressing. Hold on. Here we go. Look at him. He stops, takes away this option, makes an inside run. Beautiful. Again, great communication. Pressing. Look at him. Pressing. I'm going to stay here. Stay in my zone. Take it with the options. Beautiful. Look at that back line. Pause it. Pause. Look at that back line. When I talk about the shape, look at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders in a line. They're pretty much lined up on that white line. It's 5 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I need to make sure. Against 3 attackers, right? Desperate ball. I don't know what he was thinking. Again, keeping that shape. Put that pressure. Jurgen Damm, what are you doing? That's that Mexican national that I was talking about. But look at that. Beautiful run. Oh, what a ball. Good switch. Ah, that was just so tight. That I know he's very close, but he's got no room really to make it in that post. Go back again. Like he's pretty much shooting at the goalie, and I mean he just made it. And that's very hard to do. Most forwards are gonna shoot to the other post, but he shot it at his post and said, "I am the man." One more time. Boom. Ooh. Shape of the defense, of Oakland's defense. You see the 4 defenders not knowing what's going on, not knowing who's got who. Amazing by Rhode Island. Great goal. And this one, just a long ball. That's JJ Williams that I was talking about. Just a hoss. Look at that. Boom. A little love tap. I believe that's JJ Williams, right? I believe so. Rhode Island, I think, is my new favorite team to watch on the East. And I really like what they're doing. I mean, their stadium is state of the art. The location where it's at. Again, the vibes from what I see on the videos and vlogs, it's, the whole town just is committed to this team. And the players are just playing like just some dogs. They're hungry. I probably will do a video over JJ Williams just because he's got a pretty cool story as far as not coming from a soccer background and then getting into soccer, and look at him now. And I think he is one of those players that he might not get playing time in the MLS, circuit or the MLS league. But if he's able to put in 1 or 2, maybe 3 years, I mean, he's 24. I think he just turned 24. Maybe 2 years of solid playing time at the USL champion side. I mean, the way that he's playing, the way that he's pressing, covering ground, making those runs, I think he's a player that's going to make it to the next step for sure. I believe he can, play the hold up with using his size as a 6'4", athlete. And for those that don't watch soccer, a hold up is just you putting your body against the defender, receiving the ball, and just kind of like pick and roll. You're holding onto the ball, but it's not as fast of a pick and roll. And you're letting the other players make the runs for you, passing the ball if they're free, or you can just turn around and make that shoot that ball. I mean, he has the athleticism to do that, to turn around and just hit it. And like I said, he's got the strength to hold the ball, and again, he's got the speed. As you guys saw, he just ran out 2 guys. So I'm excited to see that team. So shout out to him. Shout out to JJ Williams. I'll cover some more of the other players later. But I'm rooting for that guy. I hope he makes it to the MLS. And honestly, I'd like to see him at Liga MX. I could see him playing like in Pachuca, which Mexico teams, they don't really, they don't attract American players. I think he's a player that he kind of fits that mold of the Mexican striker. Just big, strong. Well, not too big, but strong, hold ball, and could make those quick runs inside. So we'll see where he goes after the season. Hopefully MLS, but we'll see. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about is the best prospect in the USL. I don't care what you think. This is my opinion. That was mean. No, everybody has their opinion. This is the best USL prospect in my opinion. If you think otherwise, leave it in the comment. Or if you have any other players that you think is the best USL prospect, leave it in the comments as well. Sorry. Anyways, this kid right here, Nighte Pickering. I hope I'm saying your name right, dude. 20 years old, started at FC Dallas. 17-year-old, signed with Memphis, and has been killing it ever since. So he's got about 2 years of USL experience. Again, another case of not making it at the MLS level. Trying to get some playing time. Instead of going to college, my dude went to USL because he wants to be a baller, and he's killing it. He's a guy that has size, speed, strength, knows when to make runs, presses, high motor. I really like this guy. I really think he's going to have maybe another year or 2 in the USL, maybe 1 year in MLS, and then probably going to make it to Europe. And it's a player that I'd like for him to get called up to the men's national team. He's already played for the U19 national team. I think they did a training camp last year, and he was invited. So he's in the radar, but I just think he needs more playing time. And I like this kid. I really do. Watch the first goal ever of his career. What? Let's watch that again. So, he's waiting. Come on now. I don't care if he's not covered. I don't care if there's nobody on him. That's hard to do. Very hard to do. That was his first time playing for Memphis, so it was his debut, and he scored with fashion. This is where I think he has the power, and this is where I think the men's national team could use him. I feel like the men's national team, they just don't take any shots from outside the box. This guy right here, look at him. Looks up, takes a shot. Come on now. Really? Let's look at that one more time for the one times. Look, he's waiting. Boom. Looks up. Chef's kiss. That was beautiful. This is going to show his ability to make runs. Again, that speed, man. The speed kills. Boom. And he hit it right where he needed to. This was his last goal. This was this past weekend. He just signed with Las Vegas Lights. Again, this shows his speed and finesse. Boom. Chips it right where he needs to. Love it. He didn't score on this one. It shows his ability again to just, he's got that speed. We got him right here in the corner. He's just waiting. waiting, and look at those boosters. Bow, takes off. Gets the foul. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. Now here shows his ability to just be patient, sniffing it out. Right, he's sniffing it out. Well positioned between those center backs, or right back and center back. Boom. Right where he wants. Again, right where he wants. He's composed. A lot of kids his age would have freaked out, shot it out of the park. Not him. Again, posed. Make sure he stays on side and makes the goal. Just really great, really technical. And this is my favorite one. Again, he presses, and he's not just pressing just to press. He knows when to press up. He knows when to just kind of relax and let the play unfold. And his positioning is just great. He's right here. Right here. Boom. Regardless if the goalie got a hand on it, the fact that he's just patient. Look at him. He's got his man marked up. Boom. Amazing. Amazing. I got nothing, you know, this guy's got the whole thing. He kind of reminds me of, I'm going to get crucified for this, but he reminds me of Carlitos Vela, when he was playing for LAFC. And I think that's the kind of team that he would be good in. I think LAFC and Columbus Crew, they like their forwards to be real twitchy, pressing. They press really well. From what I've seen from him, he knows the angles to cut off. So he's, again, like I said, he's not just pressing for the sake of just pressing and getting tired. He knows which angle to cut off, when to go, when to kind of stay. And so I can see him playing like for LAFC or Columbus Crew. Honestly, I'd like for him to come back to FC Dallas because that's my team that I like in the MLS. But I don't know if they'll pick him up. He's got the ability to make runs past the line. He can play inside. He can play outside. He's got the magic. You saw the first goal. So great things for him in the future. I'm rooting for this kid. I'm going to be watching Las Vegas Lights more often just so I can see him play. I hope to see him in the USL starting this season. Maybe one more season in the USL, one season in the MLS, and head off to Europe. And I'd like to see him in the men's national team. So, well, with that being said, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment on what you liked about this video, what you didn't like about this video, and make sure you subscribe. Turn on your notifications. I'm going to try to upload every Wednesday. I might do a Spanish video next week. We'll see how that goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.